Good evening, everyone. Happy February. My name is Kate Polsoni. I am the PTO president for Cesar Chavez.
Buenas noches a todos. Ella es la presidente del PTO de la Escuela Cesar Chavez.
We also have our secretary, Liz Auclair, our vice president, Erica Wingate Robinson, and our treasurer, Blanca Flores, with us.
Y también tenemos la secretaria, la vicepresidente, con nosotros esta noche.
So tonight we are going to do our typical rundown of activities, upcoming activities, past activities, budget updates, and school news.
Y esta noche vamos a hacer lo que hacemos siempre. Bienvenidos, repaso de actividades, actualización de presupuesto, próximas actividades, noticias de la escuela y tiempo para preguntas y respuestas.
We always welcome any questions in the chat or raise your hand if you want to bring something up that's relevant to the PTO or Mr. Harris, who will be on, as well as any ideas and concerns you might have. We always stay a little bit afterwards to chat with folks.
Si usted tiene una pregunta, la puede poner en el chat, la charla, o puede alzar la mano. Siempre estamos dispuestos después de la reunión para contestar cualquier pregunta o comento que ustedes tengan.
So we had a really successful and fun, I think, fundraiser in January at Chuck E. Cheese. It's been about 3 or 4 years since we've been here, and we raised over $1,000.
Tuvimos mucho éxito con las actividades que tuvimos con Chuck E. Cheese. Recaudamos $1,010 pesos.
Dólares.
Yes, I forget. I'm used to using pesos.
No problem. We also had and this is the first time we've done this, Giant hosted a fundraiser for us at the Giant on Chilham Road, where if you bought a reusable bag, you were donating $1 per bag back to the school.
También Giant, que está en Chilham, tenía una recaudación de fondos para la escuela, que si usted compraba una bolsa reusable, ellos estaban dando $1 a la escuela.
So we haven't found out how we did with that. I went and bought like 10 of them the other day. So if anyone wants one, they're actually those nice insulated ones that are good for frozen or refrigerated food. I'm happy to give you one.
No sabemos cuánto ganamos de ahí, pero ella compró 10. So si hay alguien que quiere una, por favor, pídasela, que son las que vienen insuladas.
Do we have any questions in the chat? I see a couple things, or are they just comments?
Nope, just shout outs for our wonderful interpreter.
Awesome. And just a real quick, did everyone enjoy, like, come off mute, send an emoji or something? A reaction? Did you guys enjoy the fundraiser at Chuck E. Cheese this past month?
Queremos saber si ustedes disfrutaron del evento en Chuck E. Cheese. Por favor, alcen las manos o digan algo.
When I was there, I saw a lot of people there, and I was there kind of in the middle. So hope everyone enjoyed that. I know Chuck E. Cheese reached out to Erica, who was the organizer of it all. So shout out to Erica, our VP, for organizing that. She did a great job, and they definitely want us to come back. They loved
Un aplauso para Erika, que fue la que estaba responsable para ese evento, y había muchas personas ahí. Yo llegué a mitad del día y vi muchas personas, y ellos quieren que nosotros volvemos otra vez.
So just a quick update. We're still working on the Sacred Place project for Cesar Chavez.
Todavía estamos trabajando en el lugar sagrado para César Chávez.
We did get the results back from the community survey, and we will share those with you after we synthesize them.
So después que sí tenemos los resultados de la encuesta comunitaria, cuando los ajuntemos le vamos a mandar los resultados.
The big next thing is our student visioning activity that we're doing that's going to align to science standards, and we're going to be doing that in March.
Ajá, lo próximo va a ser la actividad de visión estudiantil que tiene que ver con ciencia y vamos a estar haciendo eso de febrero a marzo.
This is going to be a really cool project, and I have to give a huge shout out to a few key staff members.
Este va a ser una actividad bien grande y tengo que nombrar a algunas personas que están envueltos en esto.
So Ms. Malloy, a kindergarten teacher, Ms. Lopez, our music teacher,
A la señora Malloy, que es una maestra de kinder. The next name, I forgot.
Ms. Lopez,
La señora López, que es maestra de música.
and Ms. Vidal, who is our academic dean.
Y la señora Vidas, que es la encargada de lo academio.
As well as always Mr. Harris and Ms. Garcia.
Igual al señor Harris y Miss Garcia.
Have been working really hard to make this activity really great for the students and something that we can use to help further our sacred place design.
Ajá, y que ellos están trabajando muy duro para que esto tenga éxito y nosotros podemos tener este lugar sagrado.
We're going to give a full update in March at the March PTO meeting on what that project is going to entail and how you can help support it as a parent.
Le vamos a dar una actualización de este proyecto en marzo que diga y hablarle a ustedes de cómo es que ustedes pueden participar para que esto tenga éxito.
I also just want to give a shout out to our board member, Pamela Boozer-Struther, who is also helping connect us to experts in the field to help really amplify the project and bring all the great resources to Cesar Chavez.
Y también le quiero dar la gracia a la señora Pamela que está trabajando con algunos expertos para que estos llegue a un fin exitoso.
Any questions on the student project or anything related to the Sacred Place design that we're working on right now?
Hay algunas preguntas acerca del proyecto de los estudiantes y el diseño del lugar sagrado.
Okay.
Someone has a question there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will there be a separate fundraising plan for anything still needed?
So, yes, but no. We did a lot of great fundraising last summer to help get funding to do phase 1 of this project, which includes about $150,000 of funding.
Alguien quiere saber si vamos a tener más recaudación de fondos para este proyecto y la respuesta es sí y no, porque tuvimos muchas actividades durante el verano para conseguir los fondos para este proyecto.
But always, this is just phase 1 of a much bigger plan. So, you know, if you talk to our program manager, he's going to continue fundraising for us to help execute phase 2 and phase 3 that encompasses the entire campus.
Okay, So, esto solamente fue para el fase 1. El que está manejando el proyecto, vas a tener más cosas para el fase 2 y 3 y hablamos de esos más luego.
Yeah, so it's not our only priority. That's why we want some ideas from you all on other things that we can spend this money on to make our school and the resources for our students as great as ever.
Ajá. Esto no es la única prioridad que tenemos, por eso es que queremos que usted nos dé ideas de las cosas que usted cree que son importantes para la comunidad estudiantil.
Okay, and then, so speaking of fun events and ways to raise funds, we will have the Si Se Puede Fiesta on May 20th, 2023.
So vamos a tener una fiesta el 20 de mayo de Si Se Puede.
And we are already in planning phases, and I want to just give a huge shout out to our parents that have already engaged and are helping us plan, make this event even bigger and better than it was last year.
Ajá. Y quiero darle las gracias a los padres que ya se han unido con nosotros para empezar a planear este evento para que sea más grande y más exitoso que el del año pasado.
And we need your help. We need your ideas. And it's never too late to get involved. So please reach out to us or accept our cries for help when we reach out to you if you're interested in helping with this event.
Todavía necesitamos su ayuda y su apoyo. So, por favor, si usted tiene el tiempo, únese con nosotros para hacer este evento exitoso.
Any questions on the Si Se Puede event? We will be sending out some, you'll start seeing some promotion of the event as well as some communications about the event in the next month or two.
En el próximo mes ustedes van a ver promoción acerca de este evento y más noticias que tienen que ver con este evento. ¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta?
And Kate, just a reminder, we have a planning meeting this Saturday at 10 a.m. So if anyone on the call wants to join, just either message me or put your email in the chat and we will send you the Zoom link.
Yeah.
Ajá, vamos a tener una reunión este sábado. Si usted está interesada en unirse al comité de planificación, por favor, mándale un mensaje a su correo electrónico.
Yeah, well, I'll put it on our Facebook site as well, so anyone can join that wants to.
Ajá, so se va a poner también en el sitio de Facebook de la escuela para que ustedes también pueden asistir.
Before I go to the next slide, that's highlighting our great staff, I wanted to update you on two other things that we don't have slides about.
So le quiero dar unas actualizaciones de algunas cosas que no tenemos diapositivos.
So number one, there was a pedestrian and car accident on Riggs Road near Buck Lodge. Just I think early this week or last week, that really highlighted again the need to have safer walkways for our students and their parents that are attending school.
Ajá, hubo un accidente, no me recuerdo si fue en la semana pasada o en esta semana, que nos está indicando la necesidad de tener pasaje más seguro para los estudiantes y los padres.
We have heard from many of you, and the school knows as well that there is a need for crossing guards and better crosswalks across Riggs Road for those that are walking to school.
So sabemos que necesitan más guardias y más seguridad para personas que están cruzando en Riggs Road.
So we are still working with our board member and elected officials to try to see where the resources can come from to offer that support to Cesar Chavez.
Ajá, estamos trabajando con los oficiales a ver a dónde existen los recursos para ayudarnos con este problema.
I wanted to ask Lillian, our parent engagement officer, Lillian Garcia, if she had anything she wanted to say about this, because she knows that neighborhood very well. Adele, are you there?
Are you asking?
Oh, did you translate that?
No, ella le estaba haciendo preguntas a Lillian si ella quería comentar acerca de eso porque ella conoce ese vecindario muy bien.
Mm-hmm. Ms. Garcia, did you want to say anything?
Is she on, Kate? I don't see her name.
I saw her at the beginning. Okay, and Trisha, I see your hands raised.
Yes, good evening, and thank you so much. So I just wanted to share when my first daughter was going to Cesar Chavez, which was maybe 3 years ago, we did a study to also have safety guards in front of the school or do something. And I know the county representative came out, they did a field study. So there should be documentation that the school has on this study and when it was done and why they decided not to pursue additional resources or crossing guards. So I definitely wanted to point that out
Thank
to
you.
you.
Mhm.
You're
So ella estaba comentando que 3 años atrás, cuando su primer hija estaba asistiendo a César Chávez, que hicieron un estudio para ver las necesidades de las guardias de seguridad y ella no sabe qué pasó con eso y por qué decidieron no utilizar recursos para eso.
Trisha, do you have that study? Have you seen it? Do you know who
I
has
did
it?
not see it. I only got the update in the PTO meeting at the time, but I remember it was under Miss Edmonton's leadership. So I think if you start there, you should be able to find it.
Ok, so van a tratar de ver si pueden localizar ese estudio.
Awesome. Thank you, Trisha.
And Kate, we have a comment in the chat from Jess. She wants to be involved in this issue. How can she be involved? Are you working with parents to submit letters of support for this?
Yes, and we will, we have to organize ourselves a bit. I will reach out to Pamela Boozer Struther and ask her what the best way forward is.
So ella va a tratar de comunicar con la señora. I didn't get that last name. I don't want to mess it up.
Boozer Struther.
Boozer Struther para ver qué tenemos que hacer, cómo nos tenemos que organizar para tratar de arreglar este asunto.
And I'm sure Ms. Garcia probably has an in with that as well. She was able to be on a call this past week with the new attorney or state's attorney, Aisha Braveboy, talking about this very thing on Wednesday. So stay tuned and Jess, I'll reach out.
Ajá, so espere porque creemos que la señora García tuvo una conferencia con el abogado del estado acerca de este asunto y le vamos a notificar de que hubo con esa conferencia.
Yeah, I'll put something on social media to amplify it and just put your email in the chat if you're interested in me communicating with you directly.
So yo voy a tratar de amplificar esto y si usted está interesada, ponga su correo electrónico en la charla.
The second thing I wanted to talk about is the PGCPS bus challenges.
I'm sorry, so the PGCPS.
Bus transportation challenges.
Ajá, queremos hablar acerca del transporte de bus.
So the
Del-
the buses are I think people have either been resigned to what they are and made other accommodations, or are dealing with it in their own way, but it's still been an issue.
Yo creo que los padres se han resignado a la situación con transporte o han buscado otras formas, pero todavía sigue siendo un problema.
A reporter for the Hyattsville Life and Times reached out last week to many of our parents based on some communications we had with PGCPS in the city of Hyattsville.
Un periodista de Hyattsville Life and Times habló con algunos padres la semana pasada acerca de este asunto.
And we've talked to him, we've given him some information. If you are interested in talking to this reporter and providing your experience with the bus situation, please let me know. Either send me your phone number or your email, and I will get you in touch with him.
So, si usted está interesado en hablar con este periodista o decirle de su experiencia con la dificultad con los buses, ustedes pueden mandarme un mensaje para que podamos comunicarnos con él.
In particular, I'm looking for parents that are sending their kids on bus 162 and 166 that are arriving late in the morning.
Especialmente los padres que están mandando estudiantes en el bus 162 y 163 que están llegando tarde a la escuela todos los días.
Okay, any questions on the transportation issues?
Que si hay alguna pregunta acerca de los problemas de transporte.
Okay, well, on to better news. Want to congratulate Mr. Ayala for being the first Staff of the Month awardee for Cesar Chavez this school year.
So le queremos dar las felicitaciones al señor Ayala, que estaba reconocido como personal del mes de César Chávez del mes de enero.
This process began in December. It's being led by Ms. Tapia, and there's going to be a monthly winner that is chosen by their peers.
Este proceso comenzó en diciembre y todos los meses va a haber un ganador.
So I know that they get a certificate. They get a gift certificate from Mr. Harris. The PTO gives them a gift certificate to Franklin's, and probably the best present is they get to use Mr. Harris's parking spot for the month.
Para que sepan, el señor Ayala recibió un certificado de reconocimiento, un certificado de regalo del señor Harris, un certificado de regalo de $50 para Franklin's, pero lo mejor que recibió fue que él puede usar el estacionamiento del señor Harris durante las próximas semanas.
So huge congratulations, well deserved by Mr. Ayala. We appreciate your service and your amazing teaching with our children, and we look forward to celebrating the next staff member because you are all wonderful.
So felicitaciones al señor Ayala, apreciamos todo el esfuerzo que él hace con los estudiantes y esperamos el próximo ganador porque todos los personales de la escuela son fantásticos.
I'm going to pass over the baton to our treasurer, Blanca Flores, to give an update on our budget.
Hi, and I'm sorry if there's loud sounds around here. This is a recap of the budget. We've got $16,765 in the bank so far.
Esto es el presupuesto que ya tenemos 765
For the month of January, we, as Kate mentioned, we had over $1,000 from Chuck E. Cheese.
Ajá, teníamos más de 1,000 pesos de Chuck E. Cheese.
Box Top, please do not forget to scan your Box Top receipts. So far, we've accrued $29.60.
Y no se le olvide a escanear los box tops, que solamente hemos recibido $29.60.
You can go to the next slide. And this is just a summary of our expenses going out. And these have not changed from last month, so we don't have to go through them. But overall for the school was $983. And you can see where those were spent. And then our regular
Y
yearly.
estos son los gastos de la escuela. No los vamos a revisar, pero ustedes pueden ver a dónde se gastó el dinero.
And just a reminder, please make sure you add Cesar Chavez to Amazon Smile, so some of your proceeds go back to the PTO.
So recuérdense cuando ustedes están usando Amazon Smile a elegir a Cesar Chavez.
And Kate
Also-
and Blanca, we had a quick question in the chat asking about the purpose of the Chuck E. Cheese fundraiser. Do you want to chat about that and all of our restaurant fundraisers?
Sure. So let me go back to it. So the funds that we raise with restaurant fundraisers in particular is to help pay for some of the costs that it takes to run the PTO, like Blanca was showing. We have some regular expenses related to our website and Zoom and accounting system, for example.
So los fondos que recibimos de recaudación se utilizan para algunos de los gastos del PTO.
But more importantly, we use the funds to give back to the school and to be able to help with resourcing things that are not easily in the budget for the school, as well as being able to show appreciation to our teachers and staff and doing fun things for the kids.
Pero más importante, usamos esos fondos para reconocer a personal de la escuela, hacer cosas divertidas para los estudiantes y buscar recursos que son necesarios, pero no hay los fondos para en la escuela.
And that reminds me, if you have an idea of a fundraiser or an idea of how we can use funds to improve the school environment based on our bylaws, please share those with us. The PTO board is not the only ones that make these decisions, so we would love as much parent ideas and creativity and support in order to be able to pull off all of the work that we do.
So si usted tiene alguna idea para una recaudación o cómo se debe de utilizar los fondos, por favor, déjeme saber, porque siempre estamos buscando la creatividad de la comunidad y de los padres.
Did that answer your question? Okay, so as always, we have a lot of upcoming events for the month of February.
Aquí hay una lista de los eventos que vienen en este mes de febrero.
The 100th day of school is going to be something that's celebrated at Cesar Chavez this coming Tuesday.
Este martes se va a celebrar 100 días de clases aquí en César Chávez.
We're excited to be able to help in that celebration and leverage the amazing work of Reitana's balloons and their company. They're parents of the Cesar Chavez community, and they've worked with us a lot on making any event that we do just more amazing with all of their decorations.
Y estamos muy contentos de compartir con ustedes las decoraciones de Reitana, que son unos padres de estudiantes en César Chávez, y siempre disfrutamos de las decoraciones que ellos nos proveen.
Yes, and so Mr. Harris and the staff have decided to have a really fun theme for the 100th day of school, dressing up as, should we say, seniors, older people, and we'll have a photo booth with some special dress up attire to be able to have the kids do the same thing at lunchtime.
So para celebrar los 100 días de escuela, se van a vestir como personas mayores. Vamos a tomarle foto y también esperamos que los estudiantes puedan participar en esto también durante la hora de almuerzo.
If anyone has a Polaroid camera, like a regular old school Polaroid camera that they would let us borrow, we would appreciate that, or anything that might be a fun dress up item for old people.
So si alguien tiene una cámara de Polaroid o si tiene algún disfraz de personas mayores y lo quiere compartir con nosotros, se lo apreciamos.
We're also looking for any volunteers that might want to help come that day and take pictures. It's usually between 10:45 and 12:45 at lunchtime.
También si hay alguien que quiere servir de voluntario para tomar foto ese día o ayudar, pueden venir. Va a ser durante las horas de las 10:45 hasta las 12:45.
So either reach out to us at our PTO website or PTO email that Liz has probably put in the chat and we'll do again, or feel free to text me and I can communicate with you that way. I'll put my phone number in the chat.
Usted puede corresponder con el PTO por medio de su correo electrónico, su sitio web, o me puede mandar un texto. Le voy a colocar la información en el chat.
Okay. Then we have report cards being released February 8th, and we're also doing, Pride Dance is doing a fundraiser, and it's called the Heart Day Dance, and that's going to be on the 10th. It's $6 per child. You received something in class dojo, and it is a school-sponsored event.
So, el 8 de febrero, las boletas de calificación van a estar publicadas. El 10 de febrero vamos a tener un baile, un danza del Día de Corazón. Es un Pride Dance fundraiser. Cuesta $6 por cada niño y le han mandado aviso anteriormente por medio de Class Dojo.
We're still finalizing details, but we want to do Valentine candygrams to support the school activity fund. And those will be $1. So save your dollar bills, send them with your kids so they can share little chocolate hearts with their kids, their friends and teachers, and show them how much they appreciate them.
Todavía estamos trabajando en tratar de tener unos gramos de caramelo para San Valentín, para que los niños lo puedan regalar. van a costar $1, so aguante y ahorre sus dólares.
Don't forget, the 21st of February is parent-teacher conferences.
El 21 de febrero vamos a tener conferencias de padres y maestros.
And please utilize the resource that Mr. Harris sends out in his ROAR newsletter every week.
Y utilice la información que el señor Harris manda toda la semana en su boletín.
At the end, towards the end of his newsletter, he highlights the expectations of what each grade will know by the end of the year.
Siempre al final de su boletín, él tiene las expectativas de cada grado.
And so you can use that to talk with your teacher about whether your student is meeting those standards.
Y usted puede utilizar eso para hablar con el maestro de su estudiante a ver si su estudiante está logrando esas metas.
You can also find that on our PTO website, and I'm sure Liz will put that in the chat for us.
También puede encontrar esa información en el sitio web del PTO.
And since there's a lot of fundraisers going on in February, we decided to move our Pizzeria Paradiso fundraiser from February to March. So you all can enjoy the mixed food hall and the Valentine's dance and the candygrams and all the other stuff happening in February.
Como tenemos mucha recaudación en el mes de febrero, hemos movido el de la Pizzería Paradiso al mes de marzo para que ustedes puedan disfrutar de los otros.
Liz, Erica, Blanca, is there anything I missed in the upcoming activities?
Nope, I think you got it all. Thanks, Kate.
Okay, so at this point, we want to invite Mr. Harris, our esteemed principal, on to see if he has anything he would like to share with us.
Vamos a ver si el director de la escuela quiere compartir alguna información con nosotros.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for carving out some time this evening to join our PTO monthly meeting.
Buenas noches a todos y gracias por tomar el tiempo para juntarse con nosotros esta noche.
Yeah, so earlier, Ms. Cozzoni mentioned our implementation of a staff member of the month, and I just want to celebrate Mr. Ayala, who is a tremendously professional educator who not only supports our special education students, but supports all of our students throughout our building.
Y como hemos empezado lo de reconocer personal mensualmente, quiero otra vez darle las felicitaciones al señor Ayala, que no solamente es un educador fantástico de educación especial, pero es fantástico con todos los otros estudiantes también.
So if you're in the building or during this or in this upcoming week's ROAR, his email address will be posted if you just want to send him a congratulations and a shout out.
So su correo electrónico va a estar puesto visible para que usted les pueden mandar las felicitaciones.
I also want to take this opportunity to just share my true appreciation for our community who supports us through all of our fundraisers and all of our activities and events that we have at our school. It is truly, truly remarkable the support that we receive, and it is greatly appreciated.
También quiero darle las gracias a los padres por el apoyo que nos dan con todas las actividades que tenemos. Se aprecia muchísimo.
All right, just a few updates. On February 17th, or sorry, last week I sent out, or 2 weeks ago, I sent out a family communication survey, and we had 12 families respond. And so We reopened it because we would like to hear from our families in regards to how we are communicating important information that not only is happening in Cesar Chavez, but also in Prince George's County Public Schools. So please, if you have a moment, please fill out that survey. It will remain open until February 17th.
Ok. Yo mandé una encuesta para saber cómo es que ustedes piensan de cómo la escuela está comunicando con las familias, no solamente la información que tiene que ver con la escuela, pero también la información que tiene que ver con el condado. Pero solamente han respondido 12 familias. Lo hemos vuelto a abrir otra vez y vas a estar abierto hasta el 17 de febrero. So, por favor, tomen el tiempo y llénenlo.
As Ms. Cozzoni mentioned, February 21st, it is a 2-hour late arrival, and that is to accommodate parent-teacher conferences.
El 21 de febrero va a haber un retraso de 2 horas y eso es porque van a haber las conferencias de los padres y los maestros por la mañana.
So what that means is our teachers are going to prioritize the conferences that they are going to have on that date with our students that we really feel like we need to meet with parents to figure out a plan to support their child moving forward.
So ese día los maestros le van a dar prioridad a esos estudiantes que necesitan su apoyo y ellos necesitan hablar con los padres de esos niños ese día.
Now, if you do not receive an invite for a parent-teacher conference on the 21st, but you would like to have a conference with your child's teacher, please email your teacher. The conference will probably not happen on that day, but they will make the accommodations to meet with you either virtually or in person at another date and time.
Si usted quiere una invitación para encontrarse con el maestro de su estudiante y no lo recibe para esa fecha, por favor, comunique con el maestro a su correo electrónico para que se haga esa conferencia. Se puede hacer virtualmente. Posiblemente no sea ese día, pero sí ellos comunican con ustedes.
And as Ms. Cozzoni also mentioned, at the end of the roar, there are grade level expectations listed there for you to review.
So al final del boletín de él siempre están las expectativas que usted lo puede revisar.
But as another resource to support our parents with parent-teacher conferences, Ms. Garcia and the Parent Engagement Assistance Office will be holding their monthly workshop, which will focus on preparing parents for parent-teacher conferences.
Y también para apoyar a los padres con las conferencias de padres, la señora García va a tener un taller en cómo prepararse para las conferencias.
That session will be recorded and posted for those parents who are unable to attend.
Esa sesión va a estar grabada y la van a postear para los padres que no pueden asistir.
And finally, again, I just want to thank our PTO for their support and conjunctions on various projects to make our school the best school, not only in Prince George's County, but in the state of Maryland. And I truly thank you for your support.
Le quiero dar las gracias al PTO por el apoyo que nos das a nosotros con diferentes proyectos y en tratar de que César Chávez sea la mejor escuela, no solamente en el condado de Prince George, pero en el estado de Maryland.
Thank you, Mr. Harris. Any questions for Mr. Harris? There was a question in the chat about the Pride Dance. Not Pride Dance, the Pride fundraiser Valentine's Dance.
¿Alguien tiene alguna pregunta? Hubo una pregunta acerca de la danza de corazones.
I think the question in particular was, is it $6 for just for pizza and a drink? And then is it extra money also for the little trinkets? Is that it, Jacqueline?
Yeah, so the permission slip says $6 and you get these things, whatever pizza and whatever else is. And then there's like optional items and there's a price list for those things. Are we supposed to send that money along with the $6 when we return the permission slip? Or does that, those optional things, should I send cash to school on Friday for her to take to the dance?
So ella quiere saber, porque dice que para participar en la danza son $6 y hay otras cosas que pueden comprar. Ella quiere saber si debe de mandar los $6 y también mandar dinero adicional para las otras cosas.
Thank you for your question. So yes, so the items that are listed where it says $6 includes these items. You can send that $6 in advance, or you can have your child bring that money on the day of the event. Now, if I think it's like one slice of pizza and some other things that are included. If you feel like, hey, my child's gonna eat more than one slice of pizza, then you can also include extra money. You can send it ahead of time. Just identify what it is you want that money to go towards so that we make sure we tally that and make sure your child receives that. Or you can also have your child bring the money on the day of and purchase it while at the dance.
So esos $6 incluyen un pedazo de pizza y otras cosas. Si usted piensa que su hijo va a comer más que eso, usted puede mandar dinero adelante, o si no, puede mandar dinero con su estudiante este mismo día.
Okay, Jacqueline, is that clear? Okay, thanks. I was wondering the same thing. So Bree has a comment. Bree, do you want to reiterate, or do you want us to just?
Yeah, sure. Hey,
Hi,
everybody.
Bree.
I have Esme. She's a kindergartner. She loves the school. She loves Professor Harris. We're just a huge fan of everybody, teachers, staff. Thank you for everything. PTO, well done. The one thing that we had a question and slight concern about is the amount of screen time that we're hearing. Of course, our students, our little ones, are not always reliable reporters. So it might be, she was just excited to talk about screen time, and it's not actually an accurate reflection of what she's getting at school. But it sounds like there's screen time at times when we were hoping there wouldn't be screen time. Pink Panther doing PE. And I'm just wondering if parents can contribute to either understanding why that's happening or trying to figure out better policies to maybe limit sort of TV or cartoons when they could be playing Duck Duck Goose. Thank you.
So ella se está preguntando acerca del tiempo que los estudiantes están alante de la pantalla, que si hay una forma de controlar cuánto tiempo los estudiantes están utilizando eso, y si no pudieran hacer otras actividades con los estudiantes en vez de ellos estar enfrente de la pantalla.
Yes, thank you for that information. And we love Esme and Cesar Chavez as well. I will follow up. I have not been made aware of any videos or Pink Panther being shown during PE, I think you said. But I will follow up tomorrow with our physical education teacher, Mr. Robles, and Ms. Vidals. And I will also follow up with the teachers to see if they have any knowledge of that happening. And so I will follow up. Just please give me a second to check in and see what's going on.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So él va a chequear con el maestro de educación física a ver qué es lo que está ocurriendo.
I just want to say we also, as parents, a lot of the kindergarten parents know that that we want to volunteer more, and that because of, limited aids in the classroom, there might be more iPad time than there would be if we had more staffing or more volunteers. And so that's absolutely something we want to try to help with. We know it's hard when there's not enough staff, and the screen time can be helpful occasionally for that. So thank you.
Ajá, y ella dice que los padres también reconocen que no hay suficiente personal y posiblemente por eso es que se está utilizando más tiempo en la pantalla, pero hay algunos padres que quieren ser voluntarios y dar su tiempo para ayudar con este asunto.
Yes, I want to thank all of our volunteers who have gone through a new process to be able to volunteer in Prince George's County Public Schools. I do appreciate their patience and everyone who supports us during our lunch duties, who have volunteered to come in to support in the classrooms. And for any of our family members who would like to volunteer, please reach out to Ms. Garcia. She will provide you next steps.
So, le quiero dar las gracias a todos los que han pasado por el nuevo proceso de ser voluntario. Y cualquiera de ustedes que quieren ser voluntarios se pueden poner en contacto con la señora García para saber cuáles son los próximos pasos.
We have a question. Is there any way that some of the fundraising that is for these different events could not be cash only, but collected like via Google Pay or some other form?
Están preguntando si hay la posibilidad de colectar el dinero de estas recaudaciones de otra forma que no sea efectivo.
Mr. Harris, that's for you.
Oh, for me. Oh, okay. Prince George's County, we have a policy in place when it comes to monies that we receive per fundraisers. My secretary, Ms. Amaya, and myself, we know those guidelines. We adhere to them. We are audited periodically throughout the year. And so right now, Prince George's County does not have a way in which we can accept funds electronically through any of those apps. So currently right now, Prince George's County is only allowing us to do it the way that we're currently doing it, which is with cash.
Ajá. Según la política que existe en el condado, la única manera en que podemos colectar fondos es en efectivo.
Okay, any other questions for Mr. Harris or for the PTO, or just to raise an issue that you want to raise with the community?
¿Hay alguna pregunta o algún comentario que alguien quiere decir?
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, as Kate mentioned earlier, we started our staff member of the month, and my staff members on the call just reminded me, we also have our Wildcats of the month. And so every month we highlight one student per grade level who has exhibited the 4 Wildcat expectations of being safe, being respectful, being responsible, and being ready to learn. And this past week, we announced those students who were extremely excited. Their pictures were taken. They have a bulletin board. They received their certificates that went home with them to notify their parents that their teachers had identified them as the Wildcat of the month for their grade level. They will have a celebration with me on Monday. So they're really excited about that. In addition to celebrating that, we also know how important attendance is. And so we've also started our monthly attendance initiative. So any student throughout the building who is present on time, no tardies, with excluding our late buses, as we have talked about, those students will also have an opportunity once a month to receive a celebration.
So también no solamente estamos celebrando los personal del mes, también estamos celebrando los estudiantes que han sido respetuosos, seguros, han hecho sus estudios y tenemos sus nombres en una tabla de anuncios con sus fotos que son estudiantes elegidos por los maestros. También vamos a comenzar a tener una iniciativa acerca de asistencia para los estudiantes. So vamos a reconocer los estudiantes que llegan a tiempo y vienen a la escuela regularmente también.
And those students will be announced in this week's roar.
Yes, yes. The Wildcats of the Month, yes, absolutely. Tomorrow we have our attendance celebration for the students who were present for the month of January. So they will have a celebration to celebrate their attendance. So again, parents, I encourage those who are driving and dropping their students off, please make sure that they are in school by 7:50. After 7:50, they are marked tardy.
So mañana vamos a celebrar los estudiantes que han tenido buena asistencia en el mes de enero. Ustedes van a encontrar los nombres de los estudiantes que son Wildcats del mes en el boletín del señor Harris. Y recuérdense, los estudiantes tienen que estar en la escuela a las 7:50 de la mañana. Más tarde que eso es tan tarde.
Yeah, I just saw, oh, sorry, 8:50. Yes, my apologies. Not 7:50.
Thanks, Magda.
Perdona,
I'm there
las
that early, so I
8:50.
always am thinking earlier. Sorry. I
My
also
question-
saw, yeah, I also saw a question in the chat in regards to excused absences. Excused absences are just that, excused absences. So that does not count against the student's attendance.
So si la ausencia es justificada, no cuenta contra la asistencia de los estudiantes.
That reminds me, each student gets one mental health day per semester that is an excused absence. So
Cada
that in mind as
estudiante tiene un día de salud mental a cada mes que se considera como una ausencia justificada.
cada semestre.
Oh, sorry, perdón, cada semestre, no mes.
No, it's that's a lot of them.
They might need no.
Okay, anything else? We're at 7:30. Just a
¿Alguien
reminder,
más quiere una pregunta, un comento?
our next meeting is March 2nd. We have a meeting this weekend to continue planning our Si Se Puede event. Everyone is welcome. If you have any ideas or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us at any time.
So la próxima reunión del PTO va a ser el 2 de marzo a las 6:30. Y vamos a tener una reunión este fin de semana para el evento de Si Se Puede. Si usted quiere hacer un comento o tiene alguna pregunta, aquí están todos los correos electrónicos a donde usted se puede comunicar con el PTO.
And thank you so much to our amazing interpreter, Adela Rios. We appreciate you. You were amazing. And please come back and do it again.
Thank you. Muchas gracias. Que tengan buena noche.
Hey, really quickly, I did see a question in regards to how to report a mental health day. It's the exact same as a sick or a doctor's note. Just please send it in writing to the teacher and to the main office, Miss Amaya or Miss Jones.
So, si su hijo va a tomar un día para salud mental, es igual a como cuando tiene una ausencia justificada. Usted solamente le tiene que mandar la nota a la escuela.